All right, we are on YouTube. There we go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Stone. Hi,
Hi.
Miesha. Everybody, welcome our new guest.
Hi. Hi, Stone. Hi. All right.
Okay, where am I? I'm lost already. I'm already lost in space.
You're
Jeez, and
lost
I
in
have.
space.
All right. Hi, everybody, and welcome to another round, another reading with Oracle Stones, myself, Stone Hobbit, and then we have Auric Vibe 1111, and we have a special guest reader with us today, Miesha Johnston. Johnson.
No, you were
I'm.
right.
Johnston.
Johnston. Johnston.
I know you have two names.
Well, because they kicked me out of Facebook under the Johnston, so I had to come back in as a Johnson.
Yes,
That's why.
yes. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Two names. So, today we've just been chatting about events that have been happening around the planet, the um Ring of Fire earthquakes. We're looking at the depth of each of these earthquakes being 10K. It was 10K, wasn't it? Yes, 10K. I had one recently that was 20 kilometers away from where I'm at and only 10K deep. And, we weren't really going to go this direction, but the reading I'm going to start off with today, I think we should all start off with this one actually, is for this planetary alignment. What's going on with the space that we're in right now? So, are you ladies with me on this?
Yes, 100%.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So, Miesha, would you like to give a little intro about yourself so the audience gets an idea? I mean, they know me and they know Auric by now, so
Okay. Well,
we pity the fool. Sorry, carry on.
oh no, no problem. No. I've been doing support groups since for about over 30 years, and I now do them 12 for the last 12 years on Zoom. And so these groups are for all things ET experiencers, my labs, hybrids, all types of ET contacts, galactic light language and messages and channeling and then getting into some of the darker ones, the MKL to the Secret Space Program and all of those. So that's why I met you, Stone. And that's the most important thing is I do those groups. I'm also a certified hypnotherapist, but I also do readings with, oh, you can't probably see it. We'll see. Briefly, you can see it. Yeah. With my galactic charts to help people find out what their galactic planets are. They're going into the Akashic records and such. And I also made these cards that I do. It's upside down. There we go. Right side up. So I do the readings with the cards, and I've been doing that, the readings and stuff, probably for 15 years or so. And yeah, the cards readings are probably maybe 6, 7 years. And because I used to do tarot
Yeah.
before, so that's kind of me. I'm also a published author and have 4 books and 2 Oracle decks.
Yeah.
And
You
that's it.
did you design both of the decks?
I did.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I had a teammate with the first one, and then I did the other one on my own.
okay, all right. Yep. I think you've done a reading for me on that, and it was a galactic one, like where do I come, different species I interact with and
Mm-hmm.
um yeah, so that was I do recall that, and that was at the early days when I was able to start looking into the possibilities of yes, galactic families. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. That
yeah,
goes with the chart basically, uh, and even the cards basically too.
yeah. All right. Well, welcome aboard. And Auric, would you like to give an intro about yourself? Where would you like to go with this?
Oh, like you said, I think people, if they don't know, they showed up. Y'all, we are going to have all kinds of goodies posted in the description box below. once we get this party started here, one of the things that we can do is go ahead and like, share, and subscribe wherever you got it going to. And then that's how we kind of get the word out, because a lot of the stuff I think that we're covering is very, very relevant to what's going on. You mentioned about the, I had a lot of my staff today talk about how they have had headaches the last couple of days, and some of the other issues like not sleeping well or having really bizarre dreams. And these are people that are not what I would consider to be as open-minded as we are here. So it's kind of interesting that these individuals are kind of corroborating the things that we're saying, hey, this is a major contributing factor, and it's not just one thing that's manifesting. It's the Schumann resonance. It's these earthquakes. I took a real quick look at the USGS and kind of compared that all as well. So it's really interesting to see how everything is kind of falling. Stone, weren't you talking about how your experience? You're like in that ring of fire. So, and you are physically feeling that. You know, when I was down there, I definitely was kind of connected to a lot of that stuff, and the volcanoes too.
Yeah. Yeah, we're getting warnings about White Island, Mount Ruapahu. They've got a bit of activity going on. It's the tremors. It's the tremors where I'm feeling tremors where I'm at. I'm even testing to see if it's just my body having a tremor or whether it's a physical, and it's both. So it's like, yeah, there is something that this planet is going through. There is a heaviness that's going on. I had palpitations, which I knew identified as not my own. They were from an exterior source coming in. When you could do all the logical steps first to make sure that is it your heartbeat? How fast is it going? Are you short of breath? Making sure you're not, having a heart attack or something. And then you go, okay, well, none of that's registering, but I can feel it. So I get somebody else to feel it. And of course they couldn't feel anything. And then it was like, okay, well, I've got to put something down, because if I'm getting internal tremors and I'm feeling these palpitations, but none of the logical signs are showing as different, and somebody else is testing it, then what the hell's going on? Then I put a shot glass down with coffee in it so I could see if it's moving or not when I get one of these tremors. And of course it did. It did. It moved. So that told me, that was enough feedback for me to know that it's, and no, I wasn't touching the table when I was having a tremor or any of that, I went through all the logic steps first. But no, it was shaking. It was shaking. And it was like, I'll go to the GeoNet to see it, and it'll say small at such and such a time. So that was enough confirmation that I'm picking up from where I'm at to that distance over there that's meant to be the epicenter. So I'm already gauging my safe zones around here that are taking place. I'm seeing when they go from, like you were saying earlier, when they go from, you can actually map, you can track where these tremors are going. And it's like round and round and round. You get the drop-offs and you get the pickups. So you'll feel one or two come in once one has left another direction. You just got to look at these, just watch the maps long enough, the quakes when they come in there, to see and find your own patterns.
Mm-hmm.
I know we got a lot of stuff going on, like the solar flares that are coming in, all the different shifts that are going on. It is changing. I mean, they had the Hadron Colliders going. There's been blackouts all over the world. There's all these things all at once, and we think this is chaotic. But when people start waking up and using their abilities, it's really going to get chaotic. I have to laugh because it's a vision that I can see. And I trust in my abilities now. I've had them long enough to go, yeah, Yeah, you just follow what you fucking, excuse my French.
Too.
All right. So, yes. Sorry, Auric, I jumped in on you, darling.
Nah,
We,
you're good. It's all good.
you were doing your intro.
No, I was just that was my intro, basically saying that we're gonna have all our goodies posted in the description box below.
Yep.
That's kind of what if I look a little distracted, that's what I'm basically doing.
Okay. So are you ladies ready? I do a multitude of stuff. I've got a reading already done, and I will go to the appropriate one from the pendulum. But while we're getting into it and talking, I'm also doing automatic writing. So certain words, certain feelings jump off. If I get an image, I draw the image with both sides and without looking. So, and at the end there, I turn it round to see what has shown up. I've had some really strange things show up from eyes, complete eyes, a complete eye looking at me, to a triangle ship with writing I haven't seen before inside it, but I recognize it as a writing. So I'm like, whoa, let's do this. This is about, expanding our abilities, seeing what we are able to do with them. We know what we're able to do at this point, but can you take it further? What are your feeling states when you're doing this or you're hearing it? There are multiple ways that the messages come through to us. You might hear one word out of a whole sentence, and then you might hear another word in another sentence. Try writing those individual words down and see if you get a sentence. There's the feeling states. Write down the time. You might find that you start seeing angel numbers, all the fours, all the fives, all the threes, all the 11s, 11.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
so when I go into these states, I can go anywhere from into a trance to automatic writing to yodeling, throat chanting. I don't know what you want to call it. We still don't have a name for it yet, Oric. So are you are you doing a reading with your cards, Miesha?
Yeah. What you mean right now? Actually, I wanted to do a little reading about the planet, and
Yes.
I got 3 cards about that, which is kind of interesting. Remember, we were talking about them all being what was it, 20 kilometers?
Yes. 10 Ks down.
10 Ks down. Okay, yeah. 10 Ks down. Well, my underground base, deep underground, my lab experience, that actually card came up. Because I actually don't have not in this deck. I don't have a deep underground, but I do believe, yes, that has something to do with the government. Okay. It also has a connection to the galactic. It is part of something going on with the galactic as well. And it is a contract that this Earth is fulfilling. And so I just kind of thought that was interesting that came out when I asked
Yeah.
what's going on with our weather. Because, and I do believe that, the veils are thinning, and the parallel universes are coming in, and they're going in and out. And I do believe there will definitely be a time when they move, that next dimension, that 5th dimension, does just move right on into this planet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That coincides with what we were discussing earlier on. Last evening, Auric and I, it's like the infinity symbol, and we're coming to those crossroads.
exactly.
It's almost like it doesn't matter which road you're going to choose. If you're on the dark side, you're going to have left or right is going to be dark. It's not going to fucking matter. You're there already. If you're on the light side, that's where you're going to go to, left or right. Whatever you pick, you're going to be on the light the whole way round. It's just that you can either go left ways round to get back to the same point, or you can go right ways round to get back to the same point. So the lessons we see and learn today, with everything that's going on, if we can survive all these different forms of bombardment coming in, I mean, when you look at it, we're at the pinnacle point of light, where light and dark meet. And then as we start going, I mean, I'm hoping and looking forward to that, the other pinnacle being just as bright when I get to it. So, there has to be a point there where everything's going to be smooth sailing. Everything's going to be easier. It's going to be easier to breathe, and I feel that's the planetary shift, where it's the transparency and exposure of the things like the deep underground military bases, these reoccurring earthquakes that are only set at a certain distance down under the earth. We'll see them with the celestial connections with what we start seeing. If there's a lot of transport and stuff going on down underneath here, which I agree with, I would say it's only going to be 24 hours before we start seeing the transport ships going. I mean, back in the day, I sat back and I said to some of my friends, we were out, I got a code for the date because we were having a Guy Fawkes party. So 5th of November, I know the location because I lived in that location, and we looked up, we're having a party, and it was like a train of these orange plasma spheres. And I went, oh my God, that's a cargo ship. They're taking a load of stock to the market. That was the first impression that before I said to my friends that were there, look, can you see that? So there'll be abilities, there'll be information that comes up, and you won't know where it's going to come from. So it's like, with that emotional shift that the earth is doing, that we're picking up on, we're also getting the celestial frequencies coming in as well. And it won't just be a breathable thing, it'll be a whole DNA change. There's like lots of ripples of energy going on at the moment. We've been watching this for the last couple of weeks, Auric and I. It's been about the ripples, the ripple effect, and each one, how you ride the wave when it comes in. So yeah.
And we're talking, a multidimensional card came in, which is very interesting too. It's kind of, so we've got the multidimensional layers coming through too. It's definitely something happening, more so than there has been in years. I can see that with the Schumann, with the solar flares, something's happening. And I believe it's for the good.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, they may be taking out some of the darker enemies' bases that have been controlling this matrix.
Yeah.
I think one of the common factors too that we've been bringing up is the fact that there is more light, this thinning or dissolving veil, as we call it. When you shed that light, it's not necessarily that the dark gets darker, it's that the shadow becomes more pronounced. So that's part of the exposure part. When we have that light, that it's not that has really changed. It's kind of like when you're outside and it's really bright out and you come inside your house. It's not that the house is completely dark, but your eyes haven't adjusted to that. So when we are out in the light, those shadows will appear darker.
That's right.
Technically it hasn't really changed. It's your perception of what's out there has changed.
That's true. We can see more now, much more now. It's true.
Yep.
Yeah, I was asked about the veil, and you were talking, Miesha, about the veil thinning. The thinning aspect for me, because I've been a freak all my life seeing these things. The thinning of the veil for me is the perception has changed. The perception of what people saw the veil as has changed. So therefore, it's thinned. It's not as thick. It doesn't carry that density that they were facing previously. So,
They're awakening.
yeah,
They're awakening. Yes, they are.
yeah, okay. Auric's laughing without us. What is it?
No, it's Arizona is asking, says she would like a reading. What does my new future look like? And be truthful. If it sucks, say so.
I wonder you're
Uh,
laughing.
yeah, she's come to the right place for that. Truthful we are.
Yeah, she wants to really have an idea of my new future outcome.
Okay, we'll get to that in a
Yep.
few minutes. As you were talking, both you ladies were talking, I got the figure 8 with the X in the middle. Now X has come up a few times in the last couple of days. I got the numbers 1221, and right on the 1221 notice, Auric said light. So that's another code that comes. See, what I do, Miesha, is throughout the time that we're talking here, under messages, because I'm doing a full reading for the Earth,
Mhm,
um, this will be the message that coincides where where I am being directed with the message.
mhm.
My blooming curly hair, my pen just got stuck in it. Sorry. Anyway, carry on. So you have you said you pulled 3. Did you pull 3 cards or 2?
I pulled 4 cards.
Oh, you pulled 4 cards. Okay, would you like to carry on? I
Oh
won't
no,
butt in.
no, that was just the reading for what we were feeling with going on in the earth and the what we were talking about. That's all that was for.
Yeah. Do you think there's anything people need to be watching out for? And is there, what other messages are in your cards for what's happening with the earth? I mean,
They
yeah.
need to watch out for the dream time. Dream
Also, we
time,
can.
they're going to be getting communications from the dream time. So that card just like popped right out there. Um, um, and it is the way that our galactic family and communicate with it. It is the way that we parallel travel into our parallel existences, our lives, and experience them, pulling them in information about them in here, and also, clearing and releasing. That's what you can do. A lot of people are very, very busy in their dreams, very, very busy in their dreams, and that's real normal right now. In all of my support groups, it's a common factor with everyone.
Yeah.
Very busy dreams, hard to sleep because you're having so many dreams. You have a dream, you wake up, oh, okay, and you go back in, you have another kind of dream, probably another dimension, another parallel life, and it happens all night long. We're not getting full nights, solid 8 hours. I can't tell you when I had, like a sleep
Yeah.
for 6 hours at a time. We're all feeling that. I noticed you were talking about that earlier, and I was checking on my son's birthday thing, so I didn't add into it at the time. His birthday plans. I have longer than I thought, because since I'm not eating at the restaurant with him, I'm going an hour later.
Okay.
Oh, perfect.
Okay. Awesome. 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 All right. Nice to know you're enjoying yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I live in Las Vegas, Nevada, and you might as well go to some of these fun shows, and that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to go see Carrot Top. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Carrot Top. He's a comedian. Does all kinds of wild, crazy stuff. He might be
Okay.
able to you.
Well, that was a flashback. Carrot Top. Oh no. Okay. I'll write that one down because that was an old nickname at one stage in my life.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Oh my.
my trigger.
Yeah. And my hair was just as bad as it is today, but it was ginger, and my freckles were like, yeah. Anyways, moving on. So, All right. Do you have any readings? What did you pick up for the Earth? And then we'll and I'll quickly briefly go through mine and we'll jump on to the um
The
lady who wants a
list.
reading. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, it's Arizona. So yeah, are we surprised that the world showed up?
Oh, not at all.
And you know, it does kind of symbolize that passing through. I don't like to use the word portal anymore because it's a little cliche-ish, lack of a better way of putting it, but it is a wrapping up. It's not like, oh, it's an ending. It's like, well, actually it's a maturity. It's starting that next stage. So if you had a seed that you planted in the ground, and one of those world things would be the seed popping open and pushing up. And another part would be when that plant is pushing up through the ground. That's another transformational point. And then when it comes above the ground and it busts some of its first leaves, that's another. So that's kind of what it is. So it's not like we're going to be disconnected from things. It's just that how we're perceiving what the world is going to shift. Remember we talked about shift. That's coming up again. So it's the shift, but in that process, we're also having the sift. So whatever doesn't serve us, we're going through this shift. Whatever doesn't serve us is going to be sifted out. It's gonna drop away, and it's not anything that we're going to necessarily even be in control of. So get in touch with your real deal human emotional heart and mind self. There's the King of Cups. Dude is definitely solid. There's all kinds of turmoil going on around because the world's going to be going through some of that shifty stuff. And then we got the King of Cups who's going to basically, you know, that's our stability with maintaining all this. Look at, he's kind of like reading into her, isn't he? And then with the Page of Swords, so it's with our thoughts and words, we're going to have that youthful mindset. That's what all I got with that. But you know, it's really about we have the ability to connect with the mastery aspect of who and what we are. It's a choice. It's going to be a choice. Some people aren't going to really make those connections, but they have the ability. Everybody has that ability to do it. We just got to do it. You know, what was that,
Yeah.
Nike? Just do it.
Just do it. Yeah.
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, Arizona wanted to know uh what her next new phase of life. You had it in all high caps second time. My new future outcome. Arizona lives in Arizona, by the way. As if you couldn't tell.
Okay. So I'll do
Yeah,
one for.
so I don't know, Miesha, so yeah, she just wants to know, she's had some life changes going on. What is her new future outcome for her highest good?
Right.
Well, not 100% sure. My cards will tell you that, but let's see here. Because they seem to go into more of, you know, unlike they're more Oracle, unlike tarot cards. So the card that came out, and I don't know if that's going to mean anything at all to her. See, so that's why I'm wondering. It's the hybrid presentation. So that, in effect, would say that she is part of the hybrid groups that are here. And by the way, really, basically, the whole planet is hybrids, but there's many more hybrids that have come in specifically with their galactic genetics and so that they can raise their consciousness faster. Also, big thing is their abilities. They wake up to their abilities. So she might be waking up more to her abilities. That would be the only thing that I'm feeling and picking up off on that. It's the same abilities that she had when she was a child. So that's the childhood contact card came out as well. So it's the hybrid and childhood contact. So this kind of goes in a little bit more to what was past and what she's about. So she doesn't really feel comfortable in her own skin sometimes, as well as she DNA genetics. So she definitely she just got a DNA genetic card too. So that absolutely confirms that maybe it's something that she needed to learn and take a look in and to research a little bit more about that you are much more than just this human, that you think that you are really this powerful galactic being who has incarnated onto this planet for a purpose and a mission. And it started when you were a child, and you are part of that hybrid program, and your DNA is very specific and very, very special. It is opening up and awakening. I should say open up, but it's a waking up. You know, when we well, off planet, and then of course even here in Atlantis and Lemuria, we had 12 strands of DNA working. Now, what are we at? 3? Way different. 3% of our brain versus what we were experiencing there. So your DNA is activating. Your DNA is activating is what I can see here. And things that you're talking about now, the true experience card came up. So that tells me that true experience is exactly what is happening. You need to find out who the divine that you are, who the person that you are, that galactic soul that you are, so that you can bring in that power and that strength and also those abilities.
Yeah.
So I'll just see if there's any other card here that is talking to her as well. Well, I got an Andromedan card. So Andromedans are a wonderful group of galactics, and many of them are living on this planet. But Andromedans sometimes don't trust what they have. They don't trust their abilities, and so they need to trust more about their inner feelings and search inside yourself for your answers. So Andromedans will, once they can get connected to that higher self and the galactic connection of your galactic groups, or your guides, or your protectors, or your angelics, or whoever it is you work it with, your old memories, lifetimes, and your abilities will start becoming stronger and stronger. So that's what I see. I don't know if that's going to help her or not. Maybe somebody else needs to add some things to it.
Yep. Okay. Or what did you get?
One of the things that is kind of interesting that I kind of felt as soon as Miesha said that is that hope that was helpful. It always is, and I think what really came through is that there is somebody or somebodies that are going to be looking at this after it's posted and it's a recording, and it's going to resonate with them. I kind of feel like that was like immediately the second that you said that. But
Yeah.
For Arizona, I'm kind of at an advantage. I know her, but this five of Pentacles. I think there might be some worry and concern, maybe about some grounded aspect in your life. And it's almost like there's a star factor. Like it's got to have something to do with the Ace of Wands, and that's usually a new start, right? And it's kind of like taking the bull by the gonads, I guess, for lack of a better. I could have been more gentle with that, but I'm not. But a whole bunch of cards fell out on this other little deck that I got, and kind of funny because, like I said, more than one person is going to come up with the whole butterfly thing. And yes, it is monarch season, but I'm not pulling this card out on. You know what I mean? I'm not pulling that card out. This just is here, right? So these are significant, and it is, and it's like devotion. Well, it's not devotion to somebody else, it's devotion to yourself. It's finding that centered self, and it's almost like the beginning of it's taking flight, because this is not, you're not the caterpillar soup anymore. You're out of the chrysalis, your wings are spread, and it's time to, make it. Oh, you know what? We had the Ace of Wands, and now there's fire signs. So I don't know if this has anything to do with what you're dealing with or who you're dealing with. Get away. Get away. Is there a getaway? Is it a getaway or somebody's getting away?
Yeah, get away.
And you
Yeah.
know, sometimes getting away, because I know you said somebody moved out, and that was an issue when I was out there and visiting. I think it was like 2 years ago or something like that. And I run away in the sunset, begin an adventure, go on vacation. So this is, even if it's a staycation, doesn't matter. Fire signs, whether they're going to be an influence or not, somebody there, somebody you know, somebody you don't know. Yeah, both Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. And this whole butterfly thing, devotion, can't stop smiling, happiness, feeling complete. So this is what's going to be accomplished with this new starting, and you know, not feeling like you're out in the cold anymore. I think somebody else is.
Mm.
Somebody else has been left out in the cold. You're the one sitting by the warm fire as they trundle away with their baggage. You're inside warm and toasty receiving the blessing. So I think that kind of feels, that's what kind of I got at this point. Yep.
Okay. All right. I got for the rune bone, you got Uraz, and that's understanding, that's tactfulness, that's diplomacy. And then the card I got, don't hide your abilities, don't hide your feeling states. And for the book Bibliomancy, I got every earthen vessel. Okay, every earthen vessel. And to me, an earthen vessel is our body. Okay, is our earthen organic vessel. And then the message, the overall message I got was trust in your bodies, in your body signals. Trust in your feeling state, trust in your mental intuition, because that came up, and speak and act from your essence. All right, I've got you have to be comfortable. You can smile with the decisions you've recently had to take. You can smile. You can relax into them. All right, so if you wanted, right now is a time where growth can take place. You can move to a location, you can start a new job. If you say you want to do such and such a job, now is the time I would suggest putting that energy out there and getting that, attracting that back in. That's what I was getting from this reading. So
Ooh,
there we go.
awesome sauce. Yeah, Arizona's originally from Michigan, I think, right?
Okay.
Right. Maria Torres asked for a reading. I would like a general reading for my highest good, my spiritual path, and future.
Okay. How are you with that, Miesha?
Oh, and as for confirmation, Arizona said she just started a new job.
Oh, well done. Well done.
There's no such thing as retirement. There's no,
No,
she said, I retired. No, 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 no. Or there is always retirement, because retirement just means you do what you want when you want. That's retirement to me.
and the lady's name was Maria?
Maria Torres, yes. So if
There's
Miesha has anything first, because I'm like molasses right now.
I'm working on it here. I've got some things through here. I don't the the soulmate card came through, and the soulmate card came through, but along with it came some altar card. So whenever I see these together, I see that there is a real strong confusion, and maybe even in a relationship, there might be something going on in, it could be family, a relationship, it could be a relationship with a spouse or a boyfriend, girlfriend, or even a friend can have that. But there's they're not, it's like they're not speaking the what they're saying is not really what they're thinking or what they're acting like. So their actions are different. There, and then I got the experience card. So to me, this kind of depicts that there's something going on with this experience with this person that is needs to be looked at. Let's see what this card, the Mars card, kind of tells me that there's some a little bit dark horizons going on within that alter energy, So maybe I'm not saying this person's dark. I'm just saying that there's some dark things going on at that place. And really that's an overall reading. That's what came through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next.
Okay. All right.
I'm still shuffling if you got anything, Stone.
Okay. Yes, I do. Okay. Othea, you got the rune Othea. Looks like a fish upside down. Okay. All right. I've got group order, and inheritance. When I get those, that usually directs me to family. Okay. Inherit. You inherited something. So it doesn't necessarily mean property. To me, it's bloodline, it's family. So I got that was family related. And then the card I got, where there is hope, okay? It just needs to be that little yes, you can do it, and then all of a sudden your energy will return. I got true success grows from disappointment. You are in a better self state. So you're better aware of, because of an experience you've recently gone through with your family member, within your family. So the next one that I got was the book reading. I got arise and shout. So that is stand up and find that voice. You're going to stand up. You're going to have that conversation with that. You've stepped past that. You can only grow from here now. You've said what was needed to be said. If you need to go back, you'll do that, but you get a point where you don't need to. You can move on. You've found your voice. You've stepped up. You grabbed your, I'll just put it politely, you stepped up to the plate. And so now you can move past it, or you can go back into it. You're at these crossroads. You can go past it now. You don't need to go back, I'm telling you. Move forward, arise. Okay, you're stepping up, arise. You're moving forward and past. So something in your future you're looking at doing, it's an idea at the moment. Family have sort of pushed you into this decision, but now it's your decision, not theirs. Okay, that's what I got.
All right, that's kind of interesting because I just picked this up and it's the 5 of Cups. And a lot of times people are saying that it's, I gotta flip my screen here so I can see what's going on. So yeah, so it's kind of like this lamentation, looking back, oh, lamenting. It's like, no, this feels like there is a process that you're going through, that you've had some options and you've discarded those things that no longer are relevant to you. And you may or may not have a couple of options left. And there's a study here, people, I think, I don't do traditional. I'm not a traditional person. That this is not a lamentation. This is a deep study of self, may include, I know, like people like to say, like, what do you call it? Shadow work or something like that. It may feel a little on the heavy side, but it's like it's being shed. It's being shed. 3 has already gone. You're making those last couple of choices, making sure that that stuff that doesn't fit your suit. Oh yeah. I don't know how comfortable it's going to be because there's your 10 of Swords. But it's dead, done, and dusted. Wasn't the funnest thing maybe to go through, but it's dead, done, and dusted. And this is like a really good card. Yeah, it definitely was not comfortable. Yeah, it's saying move on. Thanks. So I really like this guy. I think he's pretty awesome. Look at that. The Knight of Swords. This one is not on a horse, because the horse was like really frantic in that traditional card. This guy looks like, I got this wind blowing and I got my stuff together. This is, I'm not fully developed yet because he's a knight, doesn't have all the goodies. at his disposal as far as gifts. And I like the fact that all of a sudden there's like this, that's an orb. Or is that a flower? That's a flower. So there's orbs on the side, but that's a flower. So whatever that flower might mean, it's almost like a peony, maybe.
Mm.
So if that's something significant for you. And then I got these guys all came flying out. Oh, fake people hiding themselves, plotting in social media. So somebody might be trying to sneak in, and that's why you're being very careful with those decisions that you're having to make, and that's probably what's making you a little uncomfortable, right? Because you're aware of these, whoever these are. Resolution. It's gonna take a minute. It's gonna take some resiliency. You're gonna be either you are yourself, or you're gonna be pulling in this. There is maybe another individual, leader, strong intuition, empathic heart, healer to others. So it's you possibly being with someone or tapping into someone from your past that has allowed you to do that. Maybe they are Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, right? So air signs. Somebody's going to tug at your heartstrings. And this is that sneaky person or persons, right? Mind games. I can't read backwards. Taking advantage, playing with feelings, and stringing along. And you are really super connected. They aren't going to fool you. This is why you're doing this. This is why it's maybe uncomfortable, but you got this, and it's you may or may not have somebody that you're able to kind of pull in, and maybe they're going to be combated with a like energy, because it might be that sneaky Pete. That might be one of those air signs, but you're also going to have the somebody's got your back.
Yeah. Right, that was good. Miesha,
What?
did you
Oh,
want to say it?
well, actually, I thought that was pretty interesting because the soul and the altar thing came in, and it kind of really mirrored that what you were talking about, Auric. So yeah, they do need to watch that person.
Yep.
That dark energy.
Yeah.
I think a few of us has got that kind of bit of business going on.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There was Roxanne Torres. She would like a general reading as well.
All right.
Do you like me going first, or do you want to go first?
If you've got your cards, if you've pulled your cards, yes. But if you haven't, just say so.
I have not. I haven't pulled my
I
cards.
haven't either.
No.
It's all right. I've got you. Don't worry, I've got you.
Okay. Mhm.
Okay, so the rune bone I got is what I call the Bind rune. It's a whole lot of runes all mixed into one. So you've got your past, your present, and your future. They all meet at these pinnacles. So you've got a lot of stuff that's going on. That's family, that's heritage, that's jobs, it's skills, it's ancestral, it's what's going to happen in the future, whether you're going to go down the same paths as family has in the past. All right, so this is like your interconnectedness with your past, present, and your future is what that one is. The next one I got is was the card, and it was the embodiment. So it's like the embodiment means like the leadership. This was the leadership card where you know what you want, you know the direction, you know how to get it, and you can embody that. You can make that happen. You can step forward and, yes, make that happen. So you are a leader. You are leading by example, right? Because you have that past, present, and future. I would also, there's a level of reincarnation going on there as well with that one. The book divination I got was Beautiful House. So that to me is again the vessel is taken care of. The surroundings is taken care of. when it's beautiful, it's not it's not necessarily aesthetic, it's feeling state. All right, it's a feeling state. That is your beauty. This is like you have your house in order, you have your emotions in order, you know your feeling state. So this is where lead by example, you are a natural leader. This is what this is showing me. So that's, I hope you got something from that. That's basically the message is, you know, you've already got this interconnectedness, your past, your present, and your future. You already are a leader, so you've already got the awareness and you know what you're wanting in the future and how to get it. Boom, just like that. This is a very nice, clean, easy, straightforward read. So I hope you got something from that. Yeah. Miesha, how you
Actually,
doing there?
yeah, I got some cards out here for sure. The first card that came through was Proton, which is a Syrian Lyran group. So you may have the connections with the Syrian Lyran, and of course your star seed is what it states as well. And as a Syrian and Lyran star seed, your galactic first came through as your soul family, your galactic, your soul family, and then it wanted me to be sure and know that they were talking about not your family here, but your galactic family. So your galactic family is really trying to connect with you very much. They're trying to send messages. They've actually done some contact with you. They've communicated with you. You might have had some experiences with them. The experiencer card came out, but it is definitely time to remember those. Now, a lot of the times we do forget because our galactics do not want us. I mean, if we knew we were having these wonderful visits from our galactic family and we actually were taken back home or even taken on the ship, we'd not want to stay here. Not in this dark matrix, not for a minute. So I believe definitely that this it's time for you to go ahead and remember your experiences with your family. And you can communicate them through the light language. Communicating and cosmic channeling comes from that. So you can get information from them, light language, you know, speaking in different light languages. And like I believe Son was talking about it earlier, it's so important for you to remember that if you're speaking a lot of languages you don't understand and you want to know what they're saying to you, it's not going to come a translation because it depends on the species and the race and how much that verbiage is. And so I would say just listen for the words. What are they saying? The words they're saying to me for you is Aishi Akoshna Ade. Adeshino Ashona. Yo, Nasi Kata. That message is trust yourself each day. Bring out the abilities that you have and manifest who you really are. You are a creator among creators. And we thank you. And that's what I got.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
All right.
I always love to hear that connects with people, don't you? They should
Yeah.
all say, well, yes, it did. No, it didn't.
And I don't know, is this maybe like a new connection, right? So Ace of Cups, and it's a very heartfelt connection. It feels like really blossomy too. I know there's flowers in all these cards, but for some reason they kind of grew out of that. Yeah.
That's an awesome card. I'm getting a shitload. I know you're the one doing the reading, but I'm getting yeah. There's a fork in there. I know it's meant to be a flower, but it looks like a fork. And there's like inside the cup is flame. I'm seeing
Yes.
blue flame, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It coincides with what Misha just said. So that's
And
sorry.
it's not quite overflowing, but it's one of those things that's like an eternal flame.
Okay.
Wow. And that's just the beginning, because this is it's like you're seated at the banquet, you have everything at your fingertips, and it's almost like you got this. and it's not really going to take a lot of effort, but it is going to take some presence of mind, some thought through higher self.
Contemplation.
And I know here comes that Ten of Swords again. I like this card because things in the past might be trying to be a sneaky Pete like that other one was, but it's kind of like it's okay. What was that thing that that's popping in is it's okay to have those memories. You just don't want to live there, and that's what the heartfelt and being a little more conscious and awareness. What do you got? Are you guys related or something? Because here's the Five of Cups.
Oh, wow.
But this is some lamentation because I feel like it's more connected to the painful memories and not being reminded of tapping into the heartfelt self and the abundance that you are. You're not abundant, you are abundance yourself. This is all within yourself. Anxiety, refuse to give in, and silence within. So this almost says, I saw a picture of like the Hermit card. Yeah, she's like behind closed doors, and if you got to go there, do it. So this is where you're going to resolve all these things. And I think because of all the stuff that we're going through right now with all of these crazy bits and pieces of energy, it's okay to sequester for a time. You just, like I said, you don't want to stay there.
Yeah.
This is around winter, but it doesn't feel like it's that, but you might feel like that Five of Pentacles, where you are feeling like you're out in the cold, and maybe somebody's got a cold shoulder, but you've got the sun who's melting whatever it is that's going to clear your way. In the closet, secrets being held down low. So it's like a change in lifestyle. Changing your outer garment, but also it's got to do with the inner garment. And how are we going to do that? Wow, self-love. Love yourself first. That's why that whole thing about sequestering yourself, closing yourself off when it's needed, but not staying there. So sometimes I think Stone and I have had conversations off camera about the whole idea of what a trigger is. And there are some aspects of having those triggers that you don't eliminate them. They will always be there, but you have that plan of what you can do to keep from a relapse, so to speak. You have that process and that protocol that you have in place that when you are triggered, that I know what to do to keep myself centered. So that's maybe it's almost like her journal. Write it out, whatever it is, maybe in the moment sort of a thing, but it's also setting up some sort of a goal objective, like you have your objectives. Okay, if this happens, my goal is to do this, and how am I going to achieve it? I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's kind of what I got.
Good. Yeah. Okay.
And I think, did we have anybody else? Did we forget anybody?
I think Jason had a question there.
And we
Somebody named Nikki said this is Nikki. We already do that one?
I didn't
don't know.
see Nikki.
I don't think we've done Nikki. And I don't
Said
angels are life, right?
said
And Jason, anything in the cards regarding travels with the lovely Selena?
I did do you.
All right. Well, that's gonna take a hot second. What do you got? What do you got for Jason? All right. So I'm gonna kind of say that anything in the cards regarding travels, but this has got to do with you. Okay, so we still have to do with angels are life. So that's who we're gonna do next, and we'll talk to Jason. So this is for angels are life. I didn't think we did. Thanks for giving us a reminder for that. Yes, this is the ultimate in multitasking.
All right, I've sorted that one out too. Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah, so angels are life will it's the general reading, and then for Jason and about Selena's their trip.
all right.
Right.
So are you sorted for that, Miesha, or shall I just jump
yet.
in? Or
I
go
would
right
say
ahead.
go for it.
For it.
So
all right, just gotta
and
find where.
Miesha, are you okay with time, or do you need to scoot?
No, actually, I'm doing pretty good now. Things changed the
Okay.
with the family. So
Having fun. She's having fun with us. So
having fun. Yes, this is fun. I've never done anything like this with the group. You know, it's always been a reading by myself. So this is fun because
yeah. Oh,
you hear the information that you received in different forms and ways within each other. It's really quite amazing.
yeah. We've done I've done rods with others, and we were getting the same responses, and we're from different parts of the world, so it was like,
Mhm.
wow, there is something to this. So it's just about encouraging each other to get out there and give it a go. Doesn't matter if it looks stupid, give it a go. Be that kid that plays in that mud. Okay. Anyway, so what I got for Angel is I got Wingo, which is if you have a look at runes, it looks like a P. Okay, it looks like a P. All right. So I got all right. Don't go over the top. So if you suddenly come into some money, don't go out there and spend it all in one place at one time. Okay. If you slow down on overthinking. Don't overthink. Don't go over the top with stuff. It's not as bad as it seems. On the card, I got don't give up. Okay, so you don't go over the top and don't give up. Okay, some of the best times come from seeing the hard times, knowing the hard times. So if someone has recently hurt you or something like that, you've seen it for what it is. Doesn't mean it's going to take the hurt away in one go. But you can move on. You can move on. You can see it. You can sense it. You can feel it. It's everything is now. It takes a shorter time for you to work stuff out. It's faster. It gets faster and faster. Um, I get in the book. I get ET now here. Now that's a out of it one, considering the book that I used. It said definitely ET now here. That was a message. So from that whole reading, I get trust in your abilities, trust in the voices that are coming in, the feeling states around that, the messages that are coming in are real. Don't go over the top. Don't share everything that comes in with everybody out there. They don't need to know it all. And this is how you also hold on to your truth from the experience. But definitely there is contact that is going on with you. So I don't know if that helps, but that's where the message ended up being directed. So we go.
So I did get a couple of interesting things here as well. And I thought, I'll go ahead and show them. So the first one that came out was contracts with ETs, basically, because you've got contracts that you're fulfilling, and this one is contactee. So yes, I do believe that that extraterrestrial has definitely come into that, and it has to do with you being your own, your being a hybrid, and contact meaning them coming back, checking into you. Contracts also can also mean that you there's contracts with in this lifetime as well. And I get this true experience card. So I think this is my yes card. It keeps coming out just about every reading. So I believe that what you need to understand that this is true, that these thoughts maybe that you've had about having contact, and as she said, the ET thing came in. is that you are indeed having contacts, and it has to do with you because you are this spirited live. You have a really good, strong conviction about yourself, but in other ways you try to hide your light. And that's that's the two little phrases that came in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
She
good.
said that, yeah, she said contracts have been coming up a lot this week for her. And she said it's very helpful.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you
But
get,
you have a right to also cancel those contracts if the contracts is not something that you really want to do.
yeah.
Yeah. It's got to be informed consent, not just consent.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Gotta be informed
consent.
consent.
Yes,
Big
exactly.
difference, man. We kind of learned that a few years ago, didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. So this is still for Angel, right?
Yes.
All right. So we got the Ace of Cups again. So yeah, it's like that. I know that's got the wings. That's like the spirit. So that spirit scent.
Yeah.
That spirit, and that's what you definitely have that light attached. Oh, yep. Hide the light because of the targeting. So this is a higher self light. And I don't know if there's somebody from the past that might be coming through. I don't know that this might be like a Holy Spirit type of a thing.
Mm.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily you're going to know who it is, but don't be fearful of the not knowing. I think that that's part of what we're all going to be going through as well. We can't know everything about every little thing that's going to happen. And this is like, and I think one of the reasons that this is really important is this is why there's this spiritual connection. It's going to be familiar. There's going to be some sort of a familiarity with well, not just the mystery, but with having that inner knowing and connecting to your higher self. That's like a very spiritual, like grouping there. Yeah. Hanged man, right? So there's enlightenment. I think that all three of those kind of really say the combination of those is like that enlightenment aspect. And being careful with your decisions. Again, you're going to be utilizing that hanged man energy, and you know what you know. It's just like it's like at the tip. You ever have that word? It's at the tip of your tongue. I was like, God, got it. What was that thing, right? And it's going to be a feeling. It's not going to be like a thought or a word. It's going to be a feeling. But I think the party is going to be started. It's going to be crossing through that, one of my favorite cards, right? 1111 to me. It's crossing over into that threshold, and it's not so much that it's it's not bondage. What's the word? It's like a commitment, not to another person, but to yourself. And it's got this party feel to it. It's like you're being invited. It's like you're not really a guest, but you're invited as not the main course. It's not the main course. It's like you're the main attraction. I was like, oh, that's like not the right word. Give me the right word, please and thank you. Okay, so this is a frequency of empowerment and supports your ability to show up fully and completely, uniting you with others in the deep trust that we are all connected through the same source. So that's what you're being allowed to realize. You always have it, but you're allowing yourself to realize it. And I know people say real lies. It's your real eyes. That's what you're going to connect to, not real lies. No, there's no two L's in that word. It's one L. So it's real, and use your eyes, right? That's when you're going to have the magic happen. Wow. The frequency of magic supports our intrinsic. That's within you, whether you're aware of it or not something that needs to be developed or anything. It's there, fully whole, fully developed. its ability to grow and expand beyond this moment to move toward possibilities and expressions that are as grand and profound as we can imagine. All that is required is our belief in that manifestation. So anybody who sees this reading, you are encouraged to stop it at the recording point and focus on the sacred geometry in these. I think are extremely powerful. And this is an expansion of your consciousness. The frequency of consciousness supports your ability to focus on your attention on all the multi-dimensional aspects that show up. So that's who is showing up in these other cards is this mystery, this nostalgia, and the Holy Spirit. Those are your connections in addition to the invitation. But that is your consciousness. It supports our ability to focus our attention on all the multidimensional aspects that show up so that we can include them in our reality. So that's an amazing card. Wow. Getting distracted, squirrel. But this is something that's really kind of cool because this really is a good example of the things that each one of us go through, and that whatever your decision is, whatever my decision is, it impacts all of us on all levels, in all dimensions, in all aspects of everything. So the awareness and that's the expansion, that's the magic, and that's the empowerment. Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, that sounded pretty good. What the commonality was a lot of contact. There's going to be a lot of dimensional form contact. So yeah, we all got that one. So I hope that helps. All right, we'll move on to Jason.
Yep. Jason is going on a trip with Selena and kind of wants to have maybe a little insight on that.
Okay. That should be fun. All right. Okay. So did any of you I'll just jump in so you ladies can read. All right, Jason, I got the Taiwaz, which is basically the T rune. All right, so I've got leadership, knowing your truth. So you already have an awareness that you're going on a trip. The card I got was no pressure, life will match it. The book I got, Chief Musician. So that's flow, that's current, that's rhythm. All right, that's at your pace. So I got flow forward, and I got driving trip. So you are the one who is driving. You are the one who is taking this direction. You're taking others in this direction. You're going in a direction. You're moving forward. Sorry, what was the question?
Here's Selena now.
His trip with
What was
Selena.
the question? She did, yeah. He just wanted to know what's in store for their little trip. They're taking a trip. He wants to, I don't know, not really explaining what is he expecting, just maybe something that might be helpful as far as information on that trip. Dude, she's a wild card. Just face it. You just gotta deal with it, right?
Yeah. Well,
they have past life experiences together. They've been in lives together, and they have a contract here that they're completing. Get the contract card came out again. Understand being past life, it's parallel lives, multidimensionally going on, connecting. And then healing. There's some kind of healing that's going to be done with this trip as well, from taking this trip together. So you're going to get a sense of the connection that you really are together. And sometimes past lives don't, or parallel lives don't connect, but sometimes they are not a permanent situation, but they are here for as long as we need them for our experience, because it's all about experiencing.
Yeah.
So I think that's all I got.
What you got, Stone?
Oh, I thought I already did it.
Oh, you already did it? All right.
It's you.
That means I have to stop shuffling. All right. 10 of Cups. Need I say more? right?
Lots of
So this is boy, you talk about, this is like wish fulfillment, just fulfillment period, right?
Mm.
What else you got? You guys are really going to party on,
Yeah,
and it's going to
music.
last. Because now you got 9 of cups. Where are you going to go with that one, right? So my question is, because this is really like an enlightenment, and this came before the 9 of cups. So it's, I don't know who is who. Maybe you guys are going to switch it, right?
Oh, switch it. Oh no.
9 of cups. Or I mean, Page of Cups. So 10, 9. We're going to skip that. We're going to go right for the Page of Cups. So this to me is like a manifestation card.
Yeah.
And if the fish is real, you can see it, you can think it, you can might even be able to smell it. You know what it is. Now is the manifestation part. This is the time to grab the fish. And that's what's going to be the sustaining factor of, we can't all stay at the 9 and 10. It takes the work of manifestation. And that's the maintenance part. That's what this trip is going to enable you to do, is come to some sort of it's like a loving relationship. It already is, but it's like an expansion of it. I don't know if that was, if we go to the, there's ankle of
I also got that he also wanted to know, where, and I got the desert. I got the desert. I mean, and Sedona is a really lovely place for healing and understanding your connection to each other.
Yeah, and they've been talking about going into New Orleans for a long time.
Oh, maybe
They were asking, well, like, how far are you from us? You want us to come up there? You want a desert? Hey, you can go to the dunes up north of Michigan. Sleeping Bear Dunes, and then you can look out over Lake Michigan. That's not
Well,
too
they're over in the East Coast area, are they?
wherever they
they're in
go,
Illinois,
They're what?
wherever it's
Southern
no
Illinois. She
Oh,
is, Eileen. Yeah.
Okay, so wherever you go, Jason and Selena, there's no pressure.
Correct.
Life will match it. And as a chief musician, there's going to be a lot of music around you. So make music, have fun.
Ooh.
I can
Yeah.
see them hanging out the window, driving along desert, So I can see them doing that.
Well, somebody's got to have their hands on the wheel. I'm sorry, it just doesn't happen.
Lean
And
back, lean back.
Maria actually asked for Miesha to look at who her galactic family is.
okay.
That was a very specific
Okay, so
question.
the use of the chart here, I will. And now I can actually pull it down so you can see, or you can just trust me. I don't know which way do you guys want to do it. But I'm not looking at the chart and I have no idea. I don't. So again, what was her name?
Maria.
Maria?
Maria. Oh, Maria.
Yep.
Okay, so Maria. Okay, so immediately, Maria, you've given it permission, so it's searching around here. Palladian is the first one that comes up. So you have this like smooth, kind energy. People like to be around, a loving, kind person that you are. You're also very emotional. Relationships are really important to you, but sometimes you sacrifice your own needs for others. So you need to make sure you don't do that to yourself. You also, like I said, you're very emotional, so release your crying. That's really important. So you're also a Lyran. So you're a born leader. You're a pacifist. You find fulfillment helping others, especially children and those in need of health, help or care and support. You really like to look into things, but sometimes you become bored. You kind of get bored easily. So you tend to analyze everything, but you're willing to look at it and learn. And let me see if there's anything else coming through. Back to Lyra. So maybe those are the two important ones, Lyran and Pleiades. But understand that within the Lyran civilization, Lyran was has a tremendous amount of different types of groups. They're all, shall we say, a humanoid. So they all have, the head and two arms and two legs, but there are many different types. So you've got the Syrians that look that some are white, light colored, some are blue, some are dark, almost purple. And they're humanoids, as well as the dolphins and whales come from Sirius. The mermaids and the mermen, so you might have some connections there as well. And so let me just tell you a little tiny history here. So when the Draconian and the Orion Empire came in and started attacking planets because they wanted to take them over, and I'm not saying it was all of Orion, just certain groups of Orion that were taken over by the Draconians, all of these planets had to disperse, and the ones that were planetary ended up going to Pleiades, and the ones that were in the water planet ended up going to Sirius. And and so didn't you get the Procyon card, if I remember right? I can't remember now. I have to look at it again. But that makes sense that you got that. And so that is what I see, that you have been very active, and everybody had to run because they had 6 planets, then 2 of them were destroyed. Those people had to leave and evacuate. And then the Draconians and the Queen of Vega, which is the Vega Lyra system, they made an agreement after hundreds of, probably thousands of years of war. And they said, you can have those planets if you let us have Vega and Lyra. So everyone had to disperse throughout the whole entire. So you've not just been 2, you've been many, many, many.
Yeah.
Many, hundreds of lives.
Very cool.
Yeah, I got a couple of things that came up. I got Syrian, I got Acturian, Andromedan, and Pleiadian. When you were doing yours, I was doing some scrying as well, and those are the ones that came up.
You got Syrian?
Yes, I got Syrian.
Yeah. So I'm just going to show them a little picture here if I can. I don't know if it's going to show up without turning off my camera. The Syrians, like I said, are the water planets, where all the different, and there's many, many, many different types of groups, including, hang on, I don't like this.
Yeah, I have a map.
Yeah.
This is the map that they made me make.
Oh, cool. So
For my
yeah,
pen.
Syrians, all different planets. There's even nice reptilians there. My protector Ayano is the one up there in the corner who's a reptilian, and he came from Sirius. There's all different races, and there's a lot of hybrid situations going on, a lot of hybrid experiences. And there's even the fairy kingdom there that we have memories about that. And then the Lyrans, you have to see a picture of the Lyrans. So the Lyrans are a great genetic race. Of course, like I said, that's why they had so many different humanoid races. The Lyrans originals are feline races, all types of feline races, even a Carian race, a bird kind of mammal Carian race, and then all different human races.
Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome. So how about you, Auric? Anything else?
No, I had gotten distracted. I had to step away for a hot minute. So
Oh, she loves the ocean. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So doubly got Syrian, so she played the water planets. And I was surprised that it didn't go to Gartha, because I really felt that she was a Atlantean.
Okay.
Actually Atlantean and Lemuria. She had life in both.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else has any questions so far? I think we covered everybody. Anything else you guys wanted to share with anybody?
Well, I can finish the Earth one that I got. Okay, so we got mental, physical, personal growth. So that's all levels of everything this planet is going through. We're going to feel as well. And then behold the beauty, self-fulfilling prophecies. So we're going to, yeah, okay. So we can see that this is a repeated pattern. If we're looking at the prophecies, it's already happened beforehand. And then in the bibliomancy, I got, he is not here. He is not here. So I'm not 100% sure on the book context. I'm trying to keep the religion out of it, but it's very specific. It says he, and if we're looking at the earth, he is not here. That could be the shadow figure. I don't know. It could be the darkness. Yeah, I'm looking into it. The next message I got was the infinity signal, sigil, and 1221 light. That's where that came in right at the start. So he is not here must mean that we're going, for me, my interpretation is that we are stepping into the light side, not the darker side of it. The prophecies, the fulfilled prophecies, and it does say fulfilling prophecy, self-fulfilling prophecies. So the prophecies that we've grown up with, we're going to see the common factors in them now. Prophecies also means like belief systems and stuff like this. What we hold strong is going to appear to us. I think it's going to be like a test because the first part of it is mental, physical, and personal growth. So this is a time of inner self-awareness and growth. It feels like this earth is expanding, and it's putting, as it's opening up, it's releasing more and more information, and at the same time we're being bombarded with its spatial, where it's placed in the galaxy, what's coming off the sun, and the cosmetic dust. So, we could also be doing, with the infinity signal that I got there, sigil there, we could be in a parallel universe. We could be going, because it's 1221, we're at that balance point where we find we can see it. We're right at that pinnacle of which direction we can or should take. I know which one I'm taking. So anyway, I'm as much as we're going through some shit right now on this planet, I think it feels like it's going to subside. It really does feel like it's going to subside. The whole transparency part is coming to the light. All of those out there, they can't hide it for much longer. They're being exposed left, right, and center by their actions, by their own hand. So that's one part I see is that that's benefit for the planet. We might have a chance. I can see this planet becoming like a Garden of Eden again, where we can actually communicate with our plants, and the plants can tell us if we're out of balance, or, and we can heal each other with our voice. So that's my dream.
Mhm.
You brought up plants, and one of the things that I think that's cool about plants, it's not necessarily that you have to consume them in order for them to be healing, just for them being in the room.
Yeah.
There is technology now where you can, I talked to Tom Wall a couple of times. He does the 432 hertz music, and he has it where he plays with the plants and the trees. I think he went to California and played with the redwoods. That sounds kind of weird, but they would connect the technology and that they would make sounds. And he said, well, he tried to follow their sound with the different plants that he's played with, and for lack of a better way of putting it. And what he ended up doing was just playing something, and they ended up following him. So that, I think, feels like we are the ones who definitely have that power within us, that the earth will follow us as long as we put out a good and positive resonance. So that's very, 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 very powerful. And not genderizing things either. I think that's going to be really, really important too. Not finding the division. And I don't think anything what people are saying, it's not going to look anything like what people are saying that it's going to look like. A lot of the stuff is very, very much a distraction. It's an energy collection to dissuade or slow our progression. It's not an ascension, it's an expansion. It's that rate, the only thing that's going to be raised, expanded, and it's going to be revelatory is our awareness of what's really been going on. You know, there's not going to be those hero, there's no savior, there's no bad guy, there's no good guy. You are all of these things embodied, and it's up to us to kind of come to that collective knowing.
Yeah.
And this is the aspect of manifestation, is that it begins with the thoughts. And if it's thoughts and you maintain those thoughts and you embody those thoughts with feelings, that's what's manifest. I know that for a fact. 100%. That's real. Thoughts are things.
Thoughts are things.
100%.
And so if you think the opposite way, that everything's going to turn bad and the earth is going to be this and all this, then you're going to manifest that kind of existence, that kind of result of the changing of the earth, and we're amazing manifestors. We just forgot.
Remember the song, Hey, You Get Off My Cloud? Remember that song, Hey, You Get Off My Cloud? Hey, you get off my timeline.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. I agree. We can, Auric was saying something the other day, and it was like, we are the God particles.
Absolutely.
We can redirect, I don't like the terminology program anymore, but it's what I used to do. I deprogram spell casting. So for everything that appears negative, there is a positive, right? You usually hear it the other way around. So now we're going to change it so that it is the right way around. We are going to get the lighter side of the aspect. We're going to get the trees that we can breathe, interact with, the fruit that we can eat that's clean and safe. It's clear intent. It comes back to the contracts. We now know what we want, and now we're actually stepping up and saying we can't participate in the toxicity any longer. So, all the readings today were like, the overall message I got from everyone is lead by example. You know your voice, you can stand in your power. They were the overall, and through Jason's one, free flowing ahead, no pressure, flowing ahead. So absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. I think it's been phenomenal today. It's not over yet, but I just want to say thank you, Miesha, for coming along and being part of this, because it's like,
Thank you. This was
this
fun.
is another level. It's like we test our abilities and put them out there, and try it for yourselves, guys out there. Try, listen, just listen to the noise around you and see if you can actually find it. Where is it? Where can I hear that insect? Can I find it? Give yourself little sensory tasks. They'll grow. They will grow. So do we have anybody else, or are we good, or are we going to?
I think we're good as far as the readings. And I think what you just said, Stone, is very empowering, because that is how we are going to start getting more and more connected to that etherical side of who and what we are, the essence, if you will. Because I know they try to push a lot of these other agendas that will ultimately separate us from that God particle. We need to have all of that. We need to embody who and what we are without artificial anything. to the best of our ability. And
Yeah.
again, if that's your chosen path, that you want to have that chip in your brain case, then hey, you get off my timeline.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna run down a different path. So and if that's your choice, that's your experience, then send me a postcard.
You know,
Right?
that's what happened in Atlantis is they got the AI taking over and the greed and all of it. We had them with more power and more power and more power until they just not only cloned themselves out of existence, but they also caused their whole civilization to be destroyed from the AI. We've had many of these kinds of times that within our history. Our history isn't just what the earth says. We've been around a lot longer than that, I believe. And so we need to realize that we are the ones that we're waiting for. We're not waiting for somebody to come and rescue us. We have to understand that we are the divine. We are the connection to the divine, and that we have every ability that anybody else has. We have every power that anybody else has. We have the power to stop targeting. We have the power to stop the things we don't want in our life. If we realize that we are the divine, they did not send a bunch of schlumps down here on Earth to clean up this mess. They did not.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that word is, but whatever.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. Yeah. And, you know, too, it's kind of funny. You hear that a lot about, you know, about this whole savior mentality. It's kind of funny that what was popping in my head as you were saying this, it really is the empowerment. And I think that card was actually read in the sacred geometry was time to put down the popcorn.
Yeah. Get involved.
Turn it off, put down the remote. And what I did this afternoon was I had my shoes off and the sun was out, rare gig sometimes here in Michigan. And it was perfect weather. Feet were in the grass, sitting on a chair reading a book.
Oh, geez, it was
And it was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. The air had it was a nice breeze and the sun was nice. And it's like, dang, this is like rare. But that to me is putting down the popcorn. So there was no phone, there was no TV, nothing. It was just me and the book in the sun with my feet in the grass.
Yeah.
And that's all it takes, just 5 minutes, and you get so much information. 100%.
Yeah.
Put down the popcorn.
Yeah, we do. We get information, energy. We get our own communications from nature. If we like you said, I love that. Put down the popcorn. That's good.
Yeah. There's a lot of what I kind of doorways opening up, gateways, doorways, portals, you know, they're everywhere as well. There's other energies coming in through them. People are experiencing more energies coming in. You know, when I say energy, I'm talking about entities that come in. You can feel them, you can sense them. You're starting to have conversations with them. It might just be like a voice in your head. And you know the difference between voice to skull and all of these other, you know, you can hear it. You know, one's more tinny than the other ones. And it's a feeling state, you know. Yeah, I'm still seeing portals. I'll shut up when I stop seeing them, but I'm seeing them spatially as well. They're not just right here in front of me or between rocks and trees and stuff, but they're also, you know, there's other entities coming in at the moment. It's like there's a hole. There's a big hole. And when it comes to the sun, I I think the doorway's opening. The sun is opening up. That cover that it had, that we looked at, or that I looked at, you know, for years, believing it was the sun, a solid mass. I now sort of see it as a giant universal portal. And yeah, and it was disguised. So yeah, a lot of stuff coming in. A lot of stuff coming in.
It does explain why so many people, or shall we say, some of the NASA that have leaked out and stuff, have seen ships going into the sun.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, and Bruce sees all. He's on YouTube. I haven't looked at his stuff for a while, but I know he has some pretty amazing cameras and telescopes, and he has filmed ships, craft to the sun. And a lot of people would say, well, no, they'd burn up. But I think one of the things that came up about a year ago, somebody was talking about the sun doesn't heat things up. The sun's energy interacts with the ether and the dome, the firmament.
Yeah.
And what it does, and it's not necessarily even a dome, it could be a globe, it's whatever. It's encasing this earth, and when it comes into that area of the ether and the firmament, it has some sort of reaction with it. And that's what makes things hot or cold.
Yeah.
It's the whatever is being emanated out, that's what's being transmuted into this. It's like a convection, maybe, I don't know, with the wind. The wind has something to do with it too. But it was really interesting that they were talking about the possibility of recognizing some of the plasma beings that are going to start coming out. And Stone and I briefly talked about the L's and about electricity. And that's where we're talking about, what are you creating? What is it? It's plasma. And is there an awareness or a consciousness? Yes, because apparently when you get high enough in the strata, they're seeing them. And I think there is some avionics that the pilots were being concerned about these things that they were impacting. And was there an awareness as a consciousness and all this other kind of, things that people just haven't really thought about.
Yeah.
So it's a crazy place we live in. Hey, didn't we listen to that song about being crazy earlier?
Yes, we started the day off with a meditational song by Niles Barkley, Crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. But
Yeah.
Kevin,
Yeah, I enjoy that music. Yes, it's my
yeah,
perfect song for coming in to a place like this. I'm in my bubble most of the time, and then when I have to step out, it's like, where's the headphones? Quick. But yeah, it's got to have my music to get into that frequency. All right. Well, thank you again. I think we should, I'm good to wrap it up if you ladies are. And thank you everybody who's come along in our group today and participated, and hope you have a better week. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. Stay calm. Thank you very much, Miesha, for coming along and being our guest. Yes,
Yeah,
you
I
guys,
just tell them again about the groups. If the groups are
absolutely.
on Zoom, you can go to starseedawakening.org to go and then look up virtual support groups. And from there, you'll see a calendar of all the different groups. This coming week on Sunday, I have a mixed group that goes from 12 to 3 Pacific Standard Time. On Wednesday, I have a targeted individuals. There was somebody in here, I think it was targeted, that a targeted individual group. So we find ways to help ourselves manifest our protection. And then I have a group that I have a host now that does it. It is a Generation Millennial and Gen Z support group for you to come in. Anybody from those age groups and stuff, you can come in. You find that also on starseedawakening.org. Now, how to get to them, Facebook has not made it extremely easy. So I guess if you go to Facebook and go to my site, Miesha, Miesha Johnston, Johnsson, you will see I post all of the groups there. So just kind of scan, and if you'd like to come, click on it, join it in the events, and then I will send you the private link.
Yeah. We'll put a link in the description box so
Okay.
they can go to your main webpage and then they can maneuver around from there.
Okay.
It's
and
starseedawakening.org, correct?
correct.
Okay, yep, that's
Yeah.
already in the description.
Yes. And on that website, they'll also find out that I do night vision tours here in Las Vegas, Nevada with night vision goggles. You can vector in ships. So it's fun and to have
So,
C5s.
so how far away is Jason and Selena from you? Then maybe they can go to one of your tours.
I mentioned Sedona, so they're on the other side. I think you said they were,
see.
you know,
Yeah,
East Coast.
they're in Illinois.
Okay.
And one time I get a lot of people from Illinois and Chicago, there's Chicago, Illinois and Michigan and all of that, and they come and they go, "Oh, look at this desert, it's so beautiful." I go, "Oh, yeah, I guess so." So used to living in the desert. It is beautiful. The nights are beautiful, the sunsets are beautiful. It's beautiful and everything. And the place I take people up is beautiful. So
Yeah.
There you go.
so thank you for having me. I guess
Thank
I'll
you
go
so
have my
much.
birthday party for my son and
Oh, there
watch
you go.
Carrot Top tonight.
Carrot Top. Oh God. Okay, we've come full circle. All right, we have any last final words for today?
Absolutely, like, share, subscribe, and any of the information that's here. I feel like a lot of the things that were said tonight, when you do find these are going to be relevant to you. It's not specifically directed at that individual that might need it right then and there, but a lot of the things that it's very, very encouraging to hear, if you're just a passerby. So if there's anything that was said, please do share that with someone that that you believe it might be helpful to them as well. But all the links are going to be should be in the description box below, and I also put the starseedawakening.org web link in the chat. So many thanks for everybody's participation, and again, Miesha, thank you so much. How awesome!
Thank you. It was fun being here.
Yes,
I'll do
ma'am.
it another time if you'd like. All righty.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having me.
Cheers.
All right, and we'll